Right, we are back. Episode something of plotting. We got this is the show where we're breaking down movies based on titles, movies I've never seen. So we're gonna get in there. We're gonna figure out what it is just based on the title. And then we're gonna get into what it's actually about and see how much worse that is. And so we'll see what's going on. But you got something good for us today.
I
What do we?
do. Netflix top 10. It is currently ranked number 4.
Mm,
It is a movie from 2016 and it is called Triple Nine.
mm. Triple nine.
Triple Nine.
Mm.
Lots of tough titles making Netflix top 10 recently.
Triple nine. Mm. Okay. Wow, that's interesting. It sounds like a. For some reason, I'm just getting like a District 9 vibe from this, which is like about like an alien civilization that's on Earth, and it's like a whole aliens and people living together and that sort of thing. Um, I don't know. That's what I'm feeling, but that's really just because of the nine situation there. I'm gonna guess triple nine is it's a military. I'm gonna say it's military based. I think that part is right. It's gonna be base military, and triple nine. What is that? That's like maybe that's the name. That's the operation. That's the name of the operation, right? That's the name of the operation that they got to go on. I'm going to say it's an action movie. They got to go on some sort of mission. Triple nine. What would that be in relation to? Um, I don't know. That's got me. So I'm going to say it's a covert. It's a covert operation, right? It's a covert operation. CIA type situation, like Navy SEAL type situation. Going in all that stuff. Triple nine is going to be related to some sort of intelligence that they have to get. You said 2016. You said 2016.
Yes.
All right, so it's not going to be. They weren't doing a whole bunch of tech stuff like super intricate tech stuff. So I'm going to say they're going out. They're finding. Some sort of information. I don't know what it is. It's gonna be on some sort of like floppy disk or something like that. Like it's 2016. It's just like old days. It's like the olden days. It's gonna be like a floppy disk of some sort.
What did you like?
Um,
I'm very confused on like
yeah.
your progression of time is very
No, that's spot on. It's gonna be a floppy disk situation.
okay.
Um, they're gonna have to find it. It's got the triple nine information on it, and that is gonna be triple nine situation is going to be the names of the CIA agents. That's what's going to be. It's going to
Okay.
be the CIA agent situation. They're going to find it. It's going to be the list. They got to get it back because that's going to put them in jeopardy. And so that's why we got to send the SEALs in there. Like, let's get them in. Let's do some Black Ops type situation.
Very obviously,
Let's get
yeah.
in there. Otherwise, all these people are going to die. We don't want people to die. That's gonna happen. That's what I think. That's triple nine. I think it's a military based about something about floppy disks. There'll be a lot of floppy disk situations on here. It's not a very long list. It's
Okay.
gonna be like it's like an old list. That's like written in just sort of block type. Just real basic like notepad situation. No different fonts or anything. Just like boom, here it is. Like that's why it's on the floppy disk. It's not very big. It's not very
That's very
long.
descript.
Yeah, but you can't hack it. You know what I mean? It's like the George R. R. Martin thing where he writes on a Microsoft DOS because it doesn't connect to the internet, so that people can't steal his information. Right? Like that's what he says. It's one of those types of things, and so that's how you keep the name protected from the from the CIA. Honestly, I think that's sounds like a good movie to me. That sounds like a great movie. So that's what I think it is. A lot of floppy disks making the comeback 2016. That's what I think.
Okay. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
In Triple Nine, a crew of dirty cops are blackmailed by the Russian mob to execute a virtually impossible heist. The only way to pull it off is to manufacture a 999 police code for Officer Down. Their plan is turned upside
Hmm.
down when the unsuspecting rookie they set up to die foils the attack, triggering a breakneck, action-packed finale filled with double crosses, greed, and revenge.
Mm. I got close. I was close. I was pretty close.
I know, honestly, like you got
Um,
closer, you were going down the alien route for a bit. So then when you said military, I
hmm.
was like, you felt the title, you just felt it wrong.
So basically these are dirty cops. Um, these are dirty cops, and they're gonna kill another cop. I guess like they are gonna
Yeah,
kill another cop.
it's
Oh man, this is an unbelievable cast. Like this is
yeah.
a great cast. All right, so let's look at maybe some of these
It
photos. Ooh,
sounds like
156 photos. That's a lot.
they need to have a very specific part of the heist, which is having the police code for Officer Down. So they're going to just take the most rookie officer and kill that one because he's not in on the.
Wait. Are they gonna kill him, or is this like a? Are we talking like a training day situation where they shoot the guy or whatever, and they say officer down, and then he shows up, and they're like, "This is why we robbed this. This is why we robbed this dude." Is that you think it's one of those things? Or you think they're actually going to kill him? Because you said it's just officer down, right? Not officer dead.
Yeah, but what it says is that he figures out what's going on and he kind of he messes up their plan.
Well, yeah. I mean, he messed up the plan in training day too. I mean, that's.
Yeah, but I'm just that's all I don't know if I've seen that movie.
Oh man, honestly, I don't hate this movie. I think I might actually kind of be in on this, to be honest with you. I mean, we got what appears to be. Oh shit, that's Omar for The Wire as a crossdresser. He's dressed as a woman. Yeah, I'm in. I'm in on this. I like this. This 2 thumbs up, right? This is a very simple premise. This is the type of movie I can get behind. Like this is the type of movie
Yeah.
where everything is ridiculous, right? So you tell me. So hold on. So there is the Russian mob, the mobsters,
Yeah.
the Russians have gotten into him, and
It sounds like the Russian mob has like an entire group of I don't really know the correct term of Atlanta cops. Like they have something
Mhm.
on like a whole department, not department, but like a squad is what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Squad. And so they have blackmailed a squad, except for one guy, the rookie, isn't in on it. That's
Honestly,
the most basic.
I mean,
idea.
there's a Jewish guy in here who's wearing a yarmulke. Is there a lot of Jewish people in Russia? I don't know enough about
They're not in Russia, they're in Atlanta.
Jewish population. Well, yeah, I know, but like I'm saying, is like one of the Russian guys
Oh,
Jewish? That's my question. Like Kate Winslet is in this. That was a weird way to say that, but whatever.
I know. I was
She
gonna
looks
say
like
weird emphasis.
she's like the bad Russian guy, and she's got like these two henchmen, and the dude that's carrying the shotgun has a yarmulke. So I guess he's a Russian Jew. So I mean that's interesting, I guess. This is this is very interesting. I mean I'm in. Like I'm in on this movie.
No, I like Casey Affleck.
There's not. Yeah, I mean Casey Affleck. He's a great actor. There is not a whole lot that I don't like. I like Anthony Mackie. Aaron Paul obviously is great. Woody Harrelson. It's not for everybody, but my mom hates Woody Harrelson, but I happen to like Woody Harrelson. Yeah. Norman Reedus, who like you wouldn't know, but if you saw him, you'd be like, all right, yeah, there he is.
I know him.
Well, no, I mean like people, right? Like he's not like a household name, like Norman Reedus isn't, not like
yeah, he is because
of
Norman
Reedus is not A-list.
Yeah, because of what's that? Yes, people know him now. Yeah.
No, he's not A-list. Not 2016. Oh, he's Walking Dead. He does Walking. He did.
Yes,
Walking Dead.
that's why The Walking Dead.
Danny Trejo's in this. Oh shit. Oh, I didn't know Danny Trejo was in. Yeah, this 2 thumbs up, hands down. I love anything Danny Trejo was in. He's in some ridiculous stuff, but so this is this is why I like this movie, right? Like this is why I'm on board with this movie, because the entire premise is they just went to a 10, right? Like they're like, there's nothing realistic about this, right? Like the Russian mob is gonna take these guys over, and then they're gonna rob something. I'm still not sure what they're robbing, but they're robbing something, and that's gonna lead them to shoot one of their partners, and that's part of this whole thing because we have to have man down, and that's probably going to bring all the cops, right? And then we're going to sneak it behind, and we're going to snatch the stuff. We're going to smash and grab on the way out. That's the kind of thing I get behind. Number one, very simple premise. Like you could explain that in a sentence, right? Like I mean, it's not obviously they didn't, but like you could really break that down, and you could like explain the whole thing, like all you need to know. That's again, it's a very it's a very John Wick type situation. It's a very Terminator type situation. You just boom, that's it. Like robot comes back, helps humans protect them from killer robots. It's like, all right, like I get it. Like I'm in. That makes sense to me. So I'm in. They did a good job with the casting. Kate she got the weird hair, the hair situation going on. Having the Jewish guy with the yarmulke, that's just a 10. Like anytime there's a dude with the yarmulke holding a shotgun, I'm in. Like I am full on. Like you've got me. That's an unbelievable thing that I think like gets. Some of that stuff gets missed. You know what I mean? Like, so you put him on the screen, and it's just a guy standing there with the yarmulke, and then he's got a shotgun, and it's just visually, you're like, yeah, I kind of like that. Like I just, for whatever reason, like this is.
I don't think I put much thought to that in my life.
But that's right. But that's what I'm saying. See, again, this is why people should come to me for detailed analysis of why. Like I'm actually breaking it down. I'm breaking down. I'm telling you why you like these movies, all these things. I'm not just saying like, oh, whatever. Like I needed to waste some time. Whatever. No. I'm saving you time. Like, look, it's gonna be a guy with a shotgun and a yarmulke at the same time, and he's gonna be a bad guy. Like that's a great bad guy. That's a great visual bad guy. Like now I'm in. Now I'm sold. Now I'm on board with this. Casey Affleck, he can be a little whiny sometimes. He can get a little whiny or whatever, but I'm sure he'll be all right in this. But that's like anytime the Russians are involved in something, right? Like Americans they just go nuts. Like this is just classic Cold War situation. Like let's bring it back, let's run it back, let's get these people in here. Obviously, we can't make fun of China, right? Like Hollywood, they can't make China as a bad guy anymore. Whatever, because they got to sell their movies over there. So they're like, nah, we can't make Chinese people the bad guys. So let's just go back to Russia because they're not a real, they're not a real country, like whatever. So we're going to go back to them. They're not that powerful anymore. They're scary, right? But they're not that powerful anymore. So, yes. So we got these guys, and that you're just pulling. That's like 80s. Just the 80s are coming back. They're making a comeback here. Like all that stuff's happening. So you got these Russian bad guys, and immediately, like when you hear the sound, like you just hear the Russian guy. You just hear the voice. Well, I guess it'd be her. It looked like that Kate was the kind of the lead Russian, but you hear her voice, whatever, and she just has that distinct accent, whatever, and you're just like hate her immediately, and I'm like, yeah, exactly, like yeah, that's the point. Like you want to hate the bad guy, right off the bat. I mean, with that, I'm always in with dirty cops, right? Like I'm always in with dirty cops, especially if you ultimately end up rooting for them, like I'm just in with that, you know what I mean? Like I just see it, and just something about it, you're there, and you're like, I don't really understand how the cops work. Like, I don't understand like what's going on, like, is this real? Like how, now I'm thinking like how many Russian mobs have how many of these people under, like what's going on? All that stuff, like all those things I'm in. You got me. I'll sit down. I'll watch this movie. Plus there's a lot of action, a lot of just driving around the cars, like all that stuff, I'm not that interested in that kind of stuff, honestly, but, because it gets a little tedious if like that's what your whole movie is about. But then, all of a sudden, all you got to do is drop, dude with the yarmulke, have her say something in a Russian accent. I'm like, all right, I'm back in. Like, I'm in, and like, I got to root for the cops to pull this one out and like shoot somebody or something. And, and I'm probably going to be rooting, it's going to be like a Precinct 13 situation, where I'm, there's some cops that I'm not rooting for and the other guys I'm rooting for. And, all that stuff. Like, you just get all that in there. I think it works. Honestly, I think it works. This sounds like a great movie. This sounds like a 10 out of 10.
So 2 thumbs up from you.
2 thumbs up, 100%. Absolutely.
This is your first 2 thumbs up. So for you, when you watch something where you're, because it doesn't happen where you're like, I will watch this movie. I don't have any immediate negative things to say. What happens when that movie doesn't live up to like whatever your idea, like if they mess it up, how do you react to that?
Oh, I turn it off immediately. Because here's the thing, right? Like, in real life, I'm not rooting for dirty cops. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not rooting for them. So it's not like it's not that hard. But I love when you get somebody and I'm like, man, I'm not supposed to be rooting for this dude, you know? Or
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
one of my
supposed to be.
favorite
I'm not
things is
supposed to
when
be
you
rooting for
feel
this
like
lady.
you want like people that you shouldn't like and you like them. Like that's the point of watching a movie.
Right,
It's
it's
to take
fake,
you out
guys.
of
It's
reality.
fucking fictional. It's fictional. It's a goddamn made up story. Somebody just fucking wrote it on a piece of paper, right? Like this is the thing. This is the thing that always makes me mad, right? Like we watch some shit and we're like, man, you are justifying like what's happening in the real world or whatever, you know? And I'm like, it's okay to separate myself from fucking reality, you know? Like it's okay to watch a movie and be like, hey, you know what? Yeah, I kind of hope that in real life, if this happened, that you know these cops did get found out. But in this movie, kind of hope that Anthony Mackie doesn't die. You know, like that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? Like I can have two minds because I'm not a fucking child. Like I'm not, you know, I'm a fucking grown adult. Like I can understand that there's shit that happens in the real world that I'm not down with, and then I can see that same shit in the movie and be like, you know what? I kind of hope this dude succeeds. You know, like, yep, kind of hope Walter White wins. You know, like, no, I wouldn't root for Walter White in the real world. You know, like I just wouldn't. You know, hey, whatever. Like he's giving meth to kids. I'd be like, you know what? Maybe I'm not down with that. You know, but I watched that whole fucking series and I was like, kind of hope that Walter White gets this. You know, like, yep, kind of hope he gets Gus. You know what I mean? Like that's, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, it's okay. Like your entire life doesn't have to be built around, oh, I need every single thing in my fucking life to be a 100% real all the time. You know, because that's fucking boring and honestly, it's kind of fucking depressing. So I'm fine watching a
I
movie
agree.
where I see some cops doing some bad stuff and I'm like, hey, you know what? If this was real life, I wouldn't be down with that. But honestly, in the fake version, I'm kind of rooting for Aaron Paul, you know, whatever. Although it kind of seems like maybe Aaron Paul is the dude who's like got to get shot, but then, you know, I'm actually rooting for him and I'm not rooting for Casey Affleck and like the crew or whatever. And obviously, like one of them is going to be bad, one of them's going to be good, and all those things, you know, whatever. Like all that stuff's going to be true. I'm okay with that. But if it's bad, I turn it off. I just turn it off and say, no, I'm done. I'm out of here. Like, no, thank you. This is dumb. I don't waste my time watching bad stuff. I just don't do it. I just flat out don't
I
do it.
respect it. I don't think most people have that willpower to just be like, no, this is bad.
Why would you
try
waste your time?
and justify that. I do that all the time.
Yeah, I mean, why would you waste
I
your
watch
time?
full
You know,
series and I hate my life after
right?
for putting myself through that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why would you waste your time? Don't waste your time. If you don't like something, turn it off. You know, they got a million other movies. You know, they got a million other movies on Netflix. Just watch something else. It's not that hard. They probably got another dirty cop movie with Russian bad guys. Like, it's probably just find that one.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like, it's not that hard. Like, just do something different. You know, step away from it. If you don't like it, you don't like it. Like, that's fine. But yeah, no, I'm in on this. This is it. Like, anytime you get some dudes that I'm not supposed to be rooting for, you know, just a group of people that I'm like, you know what, these guys are kind of scumbags or whatever, but yeah, I'm still rooting for them. Like in real life, like, in real life, I'd be like, maybe not. But in the movies, I'm like, yeah, you know, like these people are obviously like way more attractive than real life people anyways. So obviously I'm on their side, you know, like that's the thing, you know, plus Danny Trejo is in here. I don't know what he's doing in there. Like, I have no idea, you know, like he doesn't look Russian to me. So I'm assuming he's not a Russian guy. You know, he's probably some kind of, you know, prisoner of some sort or whatever. You know, because he's awesome. I mean, Danny Trejo's awesome, but you know, you put him in there, and I'm like, you know, obviously, I hope he gets to shoot somebody or do something. So yeah, no, I'm in on this. This is 2 thumbs up. I would love to watch this.
Probably 1 thumbs up, just because like I'm not as into like action films. Like this is probably about. I feel very similar to it as I do with like we recently reviewed Ava. I feel the same way, which I know you will murder me for saying out loud, but I'm about just as interested in them equally.
That's fair. But you see what I'm saying, right? So like anybody who's seen like the Ava one, like you see what I'm saying with this one, right? Which is this premise. Obviously, they went to like a 10, you know, whatever. They were just like, it's going to be ridiculous. But then they didn't try to layer anything on, right? Now, maybe they do. You get in the movie and they try to layer something and maybe they'll turn it off or whatever. But they don't try to layer that in like at the beginning, right? Where it's like, oh, she's growing a conscience, but then she's going to make a dumb decision with that, right? It's like, no, these guys are bad guys. They're dirty. They're in there. They gotta do something. Obviously going to get messed up. They're probably going to shoot a cop who's innocent. And then, you know, they're going to shoot a Russian guy or whatever. Yep. Some of them are going to die. Some of them are going to survive. Like, that's how it's going to be. But they're not making it complicated, right? They're not like, oh, whatever, like somebody doing something, whatever. It's like, look, these are bad people. You shouldn't root for them, but you're probably going to root for them. Like that's now we're sitting somewhere, and now we're getting somewhere. You know, with that thing. You know, plus again, it's like it's the Russian bad guys. Like obviously, you want the Russian guys to lose. Like that's just how it works. So you just want the Russian people to lose. So you know, whatever. Like it's Is there, but they're not trying to make it complicated. Don't make it complicated. You're gonna make a movie like this, don't make it complicated. It's not that hard. Don't make it complicated. Just leave it simple. It's very easy. Just do that. That's it. That's all you have to do. Just make it very simple. Stop trying to add layers on it. It's a fucking action movie. You know, just let it be an action movie. It doesn't have to be about anything else. It's just an action movie. Let people enjoy it. Let people turn their brains off for a couple hours. That's it.
I agree. Although
All right.
it's pretty easy for me to turn my brain off anyway.
All right, so we did it. We did it. We did it again.
We sure did.
So, anybody has thoughts on that, or they want anything, that they want to see, you can comment on the video. Send us an email at what's the email is what again?
info.plotting@gmail.com.
All right, send it there. Otherwise, we appreciate everybody watching, and we will see you next time.